Hey there, everyone. How you guys doing? You know who this is? This is Randy J. If you didn't know, welcome to Back in the Day, where we talk about the things that were in our time. If you're Gen Z, Gen X, baby boomers, well, I'm, Gen Xers, where this is going. But no, seriously, though, those are always like a good time, right? Especially when you talk about the things that were in that you loved. And for my time, I always, when it just pops in my head, great time. I'm like 80s, 90s. And so I've never heard anyone say it was a bad time, Like it was a good time before things got really set off. You know what I mean? But we're going to give our shots out to, to our nows, the Zers, because I got something to say to those guys. And to all of us in general, we have a very significant message towards the end of this short podcast here. But first, let's go ahead and give credit where credit is due to the very great Spreaker platforms. Been doing this thing since it's been here and it hasn't stopped. And I've just hands down want to tell people what an amazing platform this is. The things you can do on here, the creativity, and the just basically all around. It's a great platform if you have a podcast and you want to do something with it and you want it to be seen. Spreaker is known and there's no other like it, and it's one of the best in the game. So just want to say that. I always say that. Love you, Spreaker. And let's go ahead and get into this show here. Back in the day. So guys, in my head when I think about my era, because I'm staring at my little Rubik's Cube right now. I see tapes, cassette tapes, Rubik's Cubes, skates, radios, and some great music with some great dancing. Takes me back to the dances that were in my time. Now, granted, I wasn't huge on like dancing growing up. I was kind of shy, but we did do some dances, right? And I remember at the 6th grade camp, you remember that 6th grade camp? Did they still do that? Possibly not. And if they do, it's probably in a hotel or something somewhere. Who knows? But I think we were at Palomar. But yes, I remember we had a talent show. And my group, I think we danced to a Heavy D song. I can't remember, but I just remember that Heavy D, that dance was a part of it. And I'm pretty sure the Cabbage Patch with the Running Man and the Reeboks. I'm just saying that because it always was then, right? And a little bit of Kid and Play. And a lot of you probably have no idea what I just said. And if you didn't, that is amazing, because all that body jiving and what you're doing now is great and all, but damn. Make it hard for an 8-year-old to be able to dance, right? Like, oh my God, she's vibrating. I know. But from to now, right, where we are now, and then, guys, what happened? Like, how did that turn into this here? Because, they even had, in that time from, Gen Xers, Gen Xers, I remember the dancing where it was like battling, like where you just like pump your hands, like girls would battle each other, like pumping their hands, and you just go real hard and stuff like that. And that's as good as it got. And people like doing little butt dances and things like that, but to an extent, right? Like, this is all that's going on now. So how do we get there to here, right? What dances made that? I don't know. But that has totally been wiped out, right? Even the men are just like, they don't even know what to do anymore. It's like something correlating going on there, really sensual, but it's none of that stuff going on there. None of it. Think about it for a minute. I mean, the music we would listen to. You're not going to see any Queen Latifahs and MC Lights or any of the sort these days. So it's got really sensual, real sexual, and that's great and all, but not like then, not like back then, not at all whatsoever. The dancing now compared to then, yeah, you had nothing, because back then it was character and fun and like, oh shit, ooh. People were doing, the breakdancing and stuff. Now it's like, all you got to do, and if you're good at it, just make your butt jiggle. That's supposed to be a craft, but let's keep it 100. That's nothing but for the viewer. Let's keep it 100. If you can make a twerk work and do all you do, that's great, but I'm not going to sit here and call that an art. A man named that an art. Okay? They just think the way you make your muscles work and all that stuff, that's great and all. That's real great. But, yeah. And they're really out here battle twerking. And, yeah. What does it do? It installs within one's mind that it's sexual, and it says something about the person that's dancing, and the viewers, they get nothing. No one says anything about the person viewing. And what do our young ones get to do? Nothing but do that. So all I'm saying is I came from a good era. So it sucks for you. Yes, it does suck for you guys, because I have no problem with not wanting to twerk, because I should be only doing that in the confinement of my bedroom for one viewer. You can be honest with you. Everyone doesn't need to see all that. I don't want to arouse you. I don't. I really don't. I don't want you to be aroused watching me do that. Because I didn't get nothing out of it. But that's the thing now. Back in the day, came with a whole lot more. A great time. And you can have fun with, guys and girls without, that right there. All I'm saying is, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, and I'm still not walking around here twerking. I'm just really not. So, that being said, did I say the Smurf? Did I shout that one out too? Little Smurf. We gotta bring some of that back. Yes, nothing like a good old back in the day party. Sheesh. But with that being said, yeah, it comes to what? What were you wearing? It might have overalls. And at that time, I don't think we were wearing them off of the shoulder either. With some cross colors. I mean, compared to what we're wearing now, I don't even know anymore, right? But what I can say about the clothes now compared to the twerking hall, that it has gotten better. It's not as bad, right? It's just that these young girls are a lot more developed, it seems. And the clothes can be a little tighter and they look older. But we can work around that as long as your dad, your mom, or you yourself are working with you in the school you go to and all that. And if you're wearing clothes that are revealing, you're going to find that. You're going to find it then, and you're going to find it now, or you're going to make it look that way. But a little bit before this era here, present time we're in now, do you remember the era of the Daisy Dukes? Dukes of Hazzard, Daisy Dukes. Look at them girls with Daisy Dukes on. Yeah. Booty just hanging out everywhere. I never wore that stuff. And I might own one pair, and they didn't make it outside. I've never worn booty shorts. It's not my style. It's not my thing. Never done it. Nope. No bueno. I didn't feel comfortable in them. Now, I was a lot sexier then than I am now. Granted, I'm really hot now, too. But then, I could get away with it now, but I could definitely get away with it then. But it wasn't my personality type. At all whatsoever. But, then you get a little short and the little cheeks hanging out. And, oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. And you ladies out there that you find little mini outfits for your little daughters that are like 4 or 5. I don't care if it's a little girl type style. It should never even emulate a style of having some short shorts on, okay? Her shorts need to be all the way shorts. They shouldn't even look like a little baby version of... I just don't understand that. No. Goodness. And these people don't come from back where I come from, all right? No, back in the day, So they don't know any better. They don't know. But I don't know, because I think I would have known better still. I just would have. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Feel free to, in the chat, or at any time, put down your, are you a Gen Z, Gen X, baby boomer? And what was what kind of dancing were you guys doing? And what was the style, right? And what do you see now and the big difference then? What can you take away? The pros and the cons. What do you miss the most? And what was more, as far as when it comes to the dynamics between men and women, girls and boys and all that stuff, then and now? What Do you think that this right here with the ongoing change of style and music and things of the sort plays a role in the disconnect, or just the change in general? And how does the change even come about? What if we just stuck in that era of like overalls, wearing your pants one leg up, one down? What if that era was going on and we just stayed in that? How is that possible or not possible? And where does that come from? Because we know who makes it pop. We know how it gets out there, right? But who really decides it? Like, who went to it just happens, right? It just, I'm telling you right now, all happens through culture, music, entertainers, all that stuff. And it kind of you just go with it. The clothes change and you grow up, the music changes, and you don't even realize it, that you went from bell bottoms to, from all these different generations. We don't really focus on them. But it's a very good question and something to think about, right? And how would it be useful? I think it'll be useful because also what it does is awareness, critical thinking. Anything where you can apply critical thinking, I say, yeah, go ahead. Because what it also does is shows that you don't have to be like everyone else, right? What if someone just stayed in the era of bell bottoms? Not just bring them back, but just never changed. They never changed the bell bottoms. I wonder what that would have been like. But everybody else did. But what if they wanted to stay in that era? What if they did bring them back? What would be the problem? And why would people look at them like they're crazy? So that's another thing too. Why can't people just like to wear what they want to wear? Any goers? No? Well, that's just a little tidbit of what we're going to get into with some special guests and all that too. But we definitely want to drop this message off to you here. And it's very important because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And it has to change. And as parents and all that, we have to start having these discussions with our youth when it comes to being financially literate. You know what I mean? Not having to rely completely on your system to where you can't function within any means but theirs. And if theirs is not going too well, then you're stuck. See what I'm saying? That's not okay. Why can't we have a place in where we can fix it ourselves? Even if they were if theirs, because it's never the other way around. Something goes on within there, our shit shuts down, they function just fine. They even take breaks and all. I'm saying this because, so right now, a lot of people are having issues with their tax returns, and they don't even know why. And we normalize this. Well, it comes in, blah, blah, blah. The timing's always off when these type of things happen. We just come back from a pandemic. People are trying to get back on their feet. There's a huge high rate going right now within homelessness and housing, right? So, and then some people are getting in. The ACP thing is going away. And people can't get what they need so they can pick themselves up and get to a better place so they can move on and start, being able to financially take care of themselves. But there's always just like, all right, people, they're getting in their homes and this and that. Okay, let's go ahead and take their support, what they need of their internet. Okay, taxes are going to take a little longer. Why now? Why now? Can we get some of that money you're sending over to let's keep it 100. That's concerning. But things like this, they normalize, we go along with it. Pay close attention. That's why I say follow the times and things like that. Why does it seem those things happen in a certain time? So you can't pick yourself up? Why is that? Because you're a part of it, because you seem to like it, because you're at the voting polls. I'm not saying don't do it, that's your choice. But isn't that something you should really be concerned about? I don't know, you tell me. But that was my message to all thinking better. All right, guys, until next time, I'm your girl, Brenda.